Whippets versus Upper Sandusky Rams.
We've got a mammoth matchup between a pair of teams competing in the Division II Northwest District at Ashland. Shelby can all but clinch the top seed with a win over the Rams tonight, but Upper Sandusky in prime position to jostle ahead of the pack into the number 2 spot if they can upset a Whippet squad fresh out of quarantine. It's live, it's free, and it's only on the OH Report. Streaming to your smartphone, TV, or tablet. Next.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James 1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Big time boys Division II hoop showdown tonight brings us inside of Upper Sandusky High, where the Rams will lock horns with the Whippets of Shelby, firing up their engines out on the floor, getting ready for action right here and now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to fabulous Upper Sandusky, Ohio. My name is Brian Skronsky, joined tonight by the illustrious Garrett Parlett, and no paywalls tonight for all you Whippets fans out there that have been stuck behind that, watching your team paying $9.99 all year. And it is a good Shelby team that was just stuck in quarantine a few days ago, G. They returned to the hardwood with a 59-42 win at Norwalk. Entered lockdown off of a loss to Olentangy, so they hit the floor now with some positive momentum. And they almost always have the best player on the floor in Mr. T.J. Pugh.
This should be a heavyweight bout, Brian. Two schools going at it tonight. It's going to be a good contest for Shelby. T.J. Pugh is one of the dominant force in the MOAC, averages 20.5 points a contest, and the Whippets lead the MOAC in rebounding, so it's going to be a big slugfest down low. Let's see who can win it.
Had an opportunity to catch up with T.J. before the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at that interview. How good does it feel to be out and back on the hardwood?
Feels great. I mean, 2 weeks out of it is a long time. So, I mean, I've loved basketball my whole life. So, I mean, it feels great to be back out here and competing every day.
What do you think is the toughest part about getting your basketball legs underneath you and kind of the continuity out of the quarantine?
I mean, that first day back was tough for me and everybody else because we run so much in practice that, I mean, 2 weeks off is a lot for us, and getting back into it was tough, especially with our legs and our lungs, just getting back into it. But Coach ran us, so, I mean, we're good now.
Well, you're having a heck of a year individually. You're leading your conference in scoring, rebounding. You're in the top 5 in every category. Describe the senior campaign for me, just what it's been like to be you so far.
I mean, all summer I just thought about going to college and what I need to do to get better for that stage. So, I mean, all summer I just worked every single day, and I knew good things were going to come this season because I put in the work.
Any top choices for you for a school at the next level?
I don't know yet. I'm down to my Final Four, but it's a big decision, so I'm thinking about it a lot.
man. Hey, good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you.
Well, TJ having one heck of a year, and obviously this is a kid that's going to be very sought after at the college level. We'll see who he ends up and elects to go with. He has a nice running mate too in Cody Lance, averaging 16 points, 4 rebounds per game. But on the other side, G-Man, there is a big three, a trio of Rams who fill it up for over 14 per game. They got a pair of post players and a three-point specialist, so they can beat you up all over the floor in a variety of ways.
Let's first start with the two tall trees down low, Brian. They dominate Gavin Carey and Trent Beamer. Carey averaging 15.4 points per game, plus 8 rebounds, and Beamer averaging almost the same exact stats. And don't forget about Cade Adams, as you mentioned. He is a sniper from long range, shoots a healthy 51% three-point percentage, and also averages 14 himself. So this Upper Sandusky Rams team can definitely score the basketball.
I talked to their head coach before the game as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at my conversation with Jeff Winslow.
Conference, and now you got to go against a team that was just state ranked before they went into quarantine. What can you learn from a stretch like this, and how important is it for your team to learn and grow? Because obviously these are the level of competition you'll see in tournament.
Yeah, out of the frying pan into the fire here, you know, Shelby's just a really good basketball team after playing 2 really good basketball teams. And, you know, it's a tough stretch. You got to be tough, and what it's taught us is we got to be a little more mentally tough, a little more physical, because these teams here are really physical, and that's what you're going to need in tournament play. And you know, Shelby, you know, as it sits right now, they look like the best team in our district. So if we want to get out of our district again, that's going to be the team or type of team we're going to have to beat. So, you know, this is tournament-type basketball we faced, and it's good to face this kind of competition. Hopefully tonight we can come out and compete and see where we're at.
And talk about the added significance of this game. Shelby probably is going to get the #1 seed, but you guys potentially could get the #2 if you win here tonight. So I imagine your boys know what's at stake.
Yeah, we're anywhere between 2 and 4, I would imagine, and a win like this against a quality Shelby team would really boost our record to the point that in a quality win that maybe we get that second seed vote, and so we're playing for seed and playing to see we match up with these guys later down the road to see where we're at, and let's hope we have a nice game tonight.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
So Coach obviously has some positive spirit about this last little stretch of games they had, but like who was putting together the schedule to put Carey, Colonel Crawford, and then Shelby back to back to back? It has been murderer's row so far for Upper Sandusky over about the last week of play. And let's go ahead and take a look at the tournament resume for the Rams, though, G, because they do have some nice wins. A couple of losses they're coming off of here tonight, but, of course, this would be a huge one that you would add under that key wins column there. But they have knocked off the Blue Devils, Seneca East, and Mohawk. A couple of losses, though, that you wish you could have got one of those big ones against the big guys.
Those are a lot of tough teams, though, in that loss category. Colonel Crawford, basically, I mean, they're unstoppable. Nobody has beat them so far, so I wouldn't consider those huge losses. I mean, that's a tough schedule, but coming in tonight, they got good wins over Carey, Mohawk, and Seneca East. However, they did fall to Carey, I believe, the other night. So just it's been as you said, murderer's row here in the past few weeks. It'd be a big win if they could pick it up here tonight against Shelby.
And let's take a look at the resume for the Whippets real fast as well. Looks a little bit sexier, of course. Still undefeated in the MOAC. They finished unbeaten in league play last year, looking to do it again. And that dub against Lima Senior on the road, I mean, that's a huge feather in their cap.
That is a big win, Brian. Lima Senior, I watched them in person. They destroyed Ashland, just completely took them out of the games. For Shelby to be able to beat them only by 4 points, but a win is a win. They'll take what they can get. They beat Ontario twice, who is also another tough school in the MOAC. Had the big loss to Worcester, but Worcester is a very tough school in the OCC.
Other loss to Olentangy was their previous game before returning back to the hardwood out of quarantine. And the Whippets, fresh off that win over Norwalk, 59-42. So we'll see if they can keep it going here tonight. But first, we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. We have paid homage to the red, white, and blue courtesy of the Upper Sandusky Pet Band, and you don't get that at a ton of gyms these days, so it's always cool to come over here and hear these kids with their brass instruments and the drums and all that, still, putting you in the high school mood and vibe here, G. Love it.
Definitely, it's been a different year so far here in 2021, as well as 2020 carried over with COVID and everything, but you can kind of walk in here, you can feel the atmosphere in this one. A big game coming in, the pep band's here, cheerleaders, we got a decent amount of fans here, so this one is set up for a good finish.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for both teams as you see Shelby being introduced here. And we talked about TJ Pugh and everything that he brings to the table. Grant Hyatt as well, a stud for them at the guard position. And then Cody Lance filling it up near a double-double every night. On the other side, we mentioned the big three. Here's the freshman, just a baby, holding Darius into the mix. And then Jackson Smalley as well will join the big three in the starting lineup tonight for Jeff Winslow's Rams. And I think that's the kid that you could say is pretty much an X factor on any given night. Cade Adams, we've done games over here where he's went on monstrous tears from beyond the arc. We saw him knock down 7 consecutive threes in a game. I think if he can get hot for the Rams, particularly early, that could certainly bode well for them getting a dub.
He would be a key factor in this one, Brian. We're going to get the tall trees down low with Gavin Carey and Trent Beamer. I'm sure they're going to get theirs tonight. Shelby being a little undersized against this team, but Cade Adams will definitely be the X factor outside. If he can splash some threes, this Rams team could pull off the upset.
Holloway getting set to tip against Beamer. Both excellent leapers. And we are now officially underway. The tip and right to work. Does Shelby go? They get a 3-ball. It's launched and it finds its mark. How about Brazier Roberts kicking things off with a bang?
Not quick to that one right there. Brazier Roberts standing wide open on the left wing right there, and they will call Holden Darius out of bounds. So Shelby on the attack early, splashes a 3.
Then on the other side, the freshman had a foot out of play. So it's a turnover on the opening possession for the Rams. Shelby looking to add to their 3-zip advantage as Pugh kicks it to the corner. Hyatt, little jab step. Now drives, kicks to Lance. Great ball movement. Hyatt lost it, went down to the floor. Lance recovers, trying to come up with the theft. And it's going to stay with Shelby.
Good hustle right there from Cody Lance. Not giving up on the play. They turned it over, but got it right back. Lance looks like he's shaking up a little bit, but nonetheless, we'll stay in and see if he can extend this advantage.
Off the inbound, here comes Pugh. Double screen, slip pass, and it's going to be intercepted a bit too far out in front of Holloway. Now the Rams posting up down on the block. Carey, here's a mismatch, just too big and strong for TJ, but he missed that one short. Now Pugh might have got cracked across the arm. There was no whistle. Able to recollect it. His body's flying all over the place. And 3 balls flying to the bottom for Shelby. That's their second make, the latest from Jeremy Holloway.
Shelby coming out firing from 3. 2 made threes. Roberts on the first one, and now Holloway making him pay from outside. Shelby off to a quick 6-0 advantage.
And looking to keep the heat on. Full court pressure. Well, actually, we're going to have a loose ball foul that went against Carey there, so Shelby's going to keep the rock. And here's another 3 launched by Holloway. This time it comes up a couple inches shy, and the rebound cleared by Adams. Upper swings it here near side. Ill-advised pass. Tried to get it to Schieffer. And now Lance pulls the trigger on a deep 3. Bounces off the restraint, out, over to the Rams.
Rams need to get something on this offensive possession. Don't want to fall behind too quick early against this very explosive Shelby Whippets team.
Just about 2 minutes gone by here. Rams have only got off 1 shot attempt so far. Beamer looking for their second, And he just muscles his way in to get him on the board.
Exactly what they need to do. Trent Beamer right to the hole as Holloway will collect it on the rim. Let's see what he can do with it, and he won't get it to go. Beamer will corral it for the Rams.
Here's Trent from the top of the key. Now Adams locked up with Lance. Smalley tried to take TJ off the bounce, got cut off. Now Adams, skip pass. Jackson all alone. And he pours a little bit of gravy on the biscuits.
Jackson Smalley splashing that one in. Brian, gravy on the biscuits. Amen. Nice shot right there from Jackson Smalley, who was wide open in the corner.
So it trims the deficit down to just a single point as Hyatt called for the offensive foul. Take another look here. Baseline drive. Great position there to beat him to the spot was the junior Schieffer.
Nice job to give your body up right there from Zach Schieffer. Putting his body on the line for his teammates to get another offensive possession for this Ram squad.
Adams, not typically what we see from him. That pass way out of reach underneath, and so it's going to be another Upper Sandusky TO.
So far, TJ Pugh, Brian, is not on the scoreboard here, but other players for Shelby getting it done. Right there, Jeremy Holloway will get his 5th point of the night.
And that's the mismatch for Shelby right now. 6'6" Holloway. Cade Adams probably only about 5'10". So just taking full advantage of the height differential there. Great trap, and it leads to Roberts. Pushing it ahead, Lance wanted a big throwdown, and boy, he can get up quick. So can TJ. This time he just lays it in, though.
There's TJ Pugh making his mark on the game. Cody Lance was going to go up for that throwdown, but active hands from the Rams stops that one in its tracks, and looks like we'll get a timeout from Jeff Winslow.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout. You see the pressure defense there by the Whippets leading to the fast break, and boy, you can tell Cody really wanted to mash that one in with 2 hands, but Cade Adams, good recovery. Not good enough, though, as it ends up in the hands of TJ, and from that close range, no defense. You know number 5 knows what to do with it.
Cannot leave TJ Pugh wide open on the floor. Got to pick him up as soon as he touches the ball, and he was right there, right place, right time for TJ. Got the ball and put it up for 2 for his first bucket.
Five-point Shelby lead as we're just about at the midway point here of quarter number 1. It's an exciting all-around matchup here tonight. Both of these teams will compete in the same district. Shelby, we believe, will probably be the top seed. Beamer, who knocks down that J, trying to carry his Rams and get them into the number 2 slot. Another excellent feed, and you see just the size advantage down low for Holloway.
Jeremy Holloway making his mark on this game so far. Had the 3-pointer and back-to-back possessions. Gets it done, and Caden's going to swing over to Darius. We'll get the foul call, so he will be headed to the stripe for 3.
Nice look there by Cade. Had an opportunity. He could have forced it up amongst the trees. Instead, the kick out, and the freshman took a little contact. So he's going to have a few free throws coming up his way. As Coach Nathan Loney empties out. Try to make it tough on the freshman. The officials were having none of that, G.
Yeah, and they definitely didn't want that to happen. Didn't want Coach Looney to get them over there, get them scheming. So Holden Darris heads to the free throw line, misses his first one, however. See if the freshman can knock down his second.
He'll do just that. His first point here of the night. Now Darris with a chance to make it a 1-possession game. And he'll rattle it home. So 2 for 3 on the trip there by Holden Darris to the charity stripe. Now TJ draws a crowd. Triple teamed way out on the perimeter. Ball movement, Brazier Roberts. Can't connect.
Looks like Coach Winslow out of that timeout drew something up on defense for Trent Beamer and Gavin Carey, doubling TJ Pugh as soon as he crosses half court and worked on that possession.
Nice skip pass. Back iron, though, on the attempt from Adams. And now Hyatt pushing the pace. Pugh, no shot attempt, but Grant, acrobatic finish.
What an athletic move right there. TJ Pugh falling out of bounds, gets the pass down to Grant, and Hyatt finishes with the layup.
Rams break the pressure. Cade now to Beamer from the foul line. Takes a dribble, has to pick it up. Here's Carey now. Gonna pull up for a short deuce, and he buries it.
Right where Carey likes to live, right there in that mid-range area. Nobody guarded up on him. He stepped right up and knocked down that easy mid-range jumper.
Both him and Beamer have that in their game. Great touch for the big fellas. Fresh off the bench and collecting a rebound there was Levi Lamb, the sophomore. As Pugh remains quiet, just 2 points for him so far. And that's going to be out last touched by Roberts.
Heads up play right there from Cade Adams. Was feeling the pressure from Roberts. Decided not to get the turnover call right there. Just threw it off Roberts' leg, and it will stay Rams ball.
Lamb didn't get a ton of time there. And it's because Coach Winslow's upset about something that he did out on the floor. So they get Jackson Smalley right back in for him, and Beamer. Great position, but he blew it at the 10. Rebound to Lance, pushing it ahead to Andre. And Hill just a bit too strong off the square.
Thought CJ Pugh was going to send the roof off of this place. Thought he was getting that ball right there and putting it back for a dunk, but nonetheless, we'll turn it over. Will be Upper Sandusky ball.
Carry to inbound. Point man right now is Andre Hill. Always brings a full boat of energy. As Carey almost had some fancy dribbling workout. Lance back the other way, and he scoops it in.
Thought we might have had a poster right there, Brian. He took off like he was ready to throw that one down, but finished with the beautiful jelly layup for two.
There's Cody, gambled a bit. See if the Rams can get a good shot out of it. They won't. Hyatt, though, was the mouse in the house. That was recognized, so they tried to squeeze it in there to Carey, and he's called for the foul coming over the top. It's going to be 3 fouls on Grant.
Grant, a big player for Shelby, too. Not only can lead the fast break and be the facilitator, but a great defensive player, speedy kid who gets it done on both ends.
Yeah, they'll certainly miss his presence as a distributor and a shot maker, as that one rattles in and out and boarded by the Whippets. Lance, baseline drive, poked away. It's a good shot of Nathan Loney. Barking out some orders to his squad. Now in his second season with Shelby. As Andre lobs that into no man's land. And they're not expecting the pass was Schaefer. Cody with the lob to TJ. Smacked back out. Pugh battling inside, but the SWAT team comes through, and it's Gavin Carey.
Tremendous block right there from Carey, staying with the play. Pugh had a few opportunities at it, but Carey swatted that one away, but TJ Pugh will get back on the defensive end and force an Upper Sandusky turnover.
Going to get a timeout taken on the floor. It's going to be the first by the Shelby Whippets. Full timeout. Shelby right now with a 5-point cushion. And out of their big two, Lance as well as TJ Pugh, they haven't done a ton offensively, just 4 combined points. But Jeremy Holloway, who has had the mismatch, has certainly come through when they've needed him so far.
Shelby going to whoever is hot at the moment, and Jeremy Holloway tonight so far has been lighting it up for the Whippets, using his height advantage on that mismatch. As you mentioned, Brian, got to get Pugh involved and Lance involved. See if they can pull away with this one.
Upper Sandusky has eased into the game after a slow start for them. Just a 2-possession differential. As we're about ready to get back to action, it'll be Lance to trigger under their own hoop. And he's going to come up top to TJ. Matched up with Schaefer. Quick hands there by Smalley, but they leave Andre Hill all alone. He puts it up and knocks it down.
Nobody near Andre Hill right there. Heads up play from Lance. Get the loose ball, corral it, and get it over to Hill, who was standing wide open, and he knocks down the tray ball.
See if Jackson can answer at the other end. Off target, long rebound. Whippets got a 4-on-2. What a play by Cody Lance. It was like a Euro step jump. I don't even know what that was.
Looks like a bunny hopping through the pea patch, Brian. What a move right there. Cody Lance slicing through the fenders for 2.
Back the other way, Carey draws a double team. Almost lost his balance. Tipped out, and then now Sheffer gets it to Lance at the horn. He comes up just short, so that'll take us to the end of one. Big finish by the Whippets. They're on top right now by 10. Welcome back to your live and free coverage of boys high school hoops on a Wednesday night. And where else would you rather be than inside of Upper Sandusky High? But if you're a Rams fan, boy, you got a lot of work to do here, trailing by 10, G-Man. And I think with Shelby's top 2 guys not doing a ton, that's got to be a little bit of a concern for Jeff Winslow.
It's got to be a little frightening. Lance and Pugh only got a 6-point burger on the scoreboard combined, so the Rams got to get it on the Beamer and carry and see if they can dominate, get Cade Adams out. They got to get something going here in the second quarter to catch up.
It's a great look by Adams. Amazing up fake, but missing the shot there was Lamb. Did everything but make the 2 points count. Now here's Marshall Shepard. Looking over the top of the defense. Now hands off to Roberts. They swing it. Pugh. Excellent pass, and boy, he is one of the best distributors that we have in all of North Central Ohio. Looks right over the top of the defense, able to find the cutter.
What a tremendous pass right there. Nobody was even looking, and TJ Pugh found him for 2, and that will be a hold on Andre Hill. He is.
Yeah, we're taking another look, though, G. It kind of more looked like some WWF stuff right there on the side of Adams, but sometimes you get the benefit of the doubt when you're the offensive player.
Yeah, that was definitely an offensive foul right there, but Rams do get the ball. See if they can do something with it. Got to get on the scoreboard. Andre Hill gambles, takes out 2 defenders. Cade Adams shoots the 3, but will not get it to go.
Slow start, to say the least, for Cade Adams. A big old goose egg up on the scoreboard for him. As that's a clean look, just a bit too strong, and now here comes Cade. Pushing the pack, Lamb. Couldn't collect it, now gets the ball back. And just too many defenders around there for Schaefer. Had about 30 head fakes and none of them works.
Shelby playing great defense, hands up, don't jump, don't foul, and Schaefer was double teamed, couldn't get it to go, and great defense from the Shelby Bigs.
Pugh with the setup to Holloway. And downstairs, Schaefer was able to take it away. Clean pass, Lamb. Pull-up jumper, and he finds it's home.
Desperately needed shot right there. A nice steal. Cade Adams reading the passing lanes. Fires a quick trigger three and gets it to go. That's the Cade Adams we all know, folks.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered if you are Upper Sandusky. TJ looking for a big shot and bet it right back. Extra crispy style, too.
Anything I can do, anything you can do, I can do better. And TJ Pugh right there splashes the three right there to answer.
Adams lines it up, and boy, have we seen this before. Call out the fire department. Gee, it's starting to heat up in here.
Here we go, Brian Entre Hill right on the other end. Splashes the three right back at you. Let's see if Cade Adams can respond.
Wow, what a back and forth affair we have going here as Beamer drives a lane. Not going to get the call. So a 3-on-2, no-look pass. Lance puts it away.
Thought we were going to get a little bit of showtime right there. TJ Pugh was calling for the lob, but Cody Lance elects for the safe play and the easy two to extend their lead to 12.
Biggest lead of the night for the Whippets, and they take it away again, creating chaos at the defensive end. And Lance comes up short. He has really improved his three-point shooting. Couldn't knock that one down. Thought about another attempt, but now Coach Loney says bring it out. Let's get in a set. Cody's got other plans. We'll head to the free throw line, though. Aggressive play there by Cody Lance. Went right down Main Street, took a bump, got 2 free throws on the way.
Cody off to a hot start in the second quarter. He's got 4 points in the period. Let's see if we can extend those to 8 with 2 free throws here.
So Lance knocks down the first as we're going to get some wholesale changes out there. 3 subs in for the Rams, 2 for the Whippets. Second attempt comes up short. Beamer skies up to secure the rebounds. Adams lobs it. Carey. Now back the other way. Cade's in the corner calling for it, but that'll work too. Floater in the lane from Jackson.
Strong take right there from Jackson Smalley. Floater alert. And then TJ Pugh on the other end. With his own floater alert, crosses over Gavin Carey all the way to the cup.
Teardrop right there from TJ. Pushes the lead right back up to a baker's dozen. Rams want a timeout. As we're taking another look at that last bucket by TJ. And that's up over Trent Beamer too. So no slouch on the defensive end is the junior, but sometimes, you know, better offense just steals the show, G.
Tremendous floater right there. I thought that one might have touched the rafters on the way up. Teardrop in the lane over Trent Beamer, who stands 6'6". I mean, you got to put some serious English on that ball to get it over Trent Beamer.
Had some serious offense going down here in this second quarter. It's been a display from all over the floor. Shelby's got 13 points, 10 so far for Upper Sandusky. Pugh now will be the point man, and Shelby will drop back. Man-to-man defense. As Jackson brings it in between the circles. Looking for some options. Now Beamer up over the top. Pugh couldn't slap it away. Carey misfired. And now off the kick out, Smalley can't deliver. Back the other way, TJ domineering down the lane. His shot off target as well. Carey's gonna try a 3-ball. Second opportunity, it's up. And no Lucky Charms at the other end of the rainbow. A lot of Whippets fans thought it touched the support. Doesn't matter, it's a carry bucket.
Upper Sandusky will not be denied right there. Had a lot of cracks at it and finally got it to go. Gavin Carey finally asserting his dominance down low.
Roberts has to pick up his dribble. It's always a safe place to go with it, finds TJ. Now back to him. Shefford comes out for a screen. Interesting lineup on the floor right now for the Whippets. Not a great offensive unit as Roberts misfires from downtown. Now off the double screen, wide open is Jackson Smalley. Had some clean looks here as of late. Neither side able to convert. See if TJ can. Couple hands in his face and he still pops the pinata.
I mean, what a shot right there by TJ Pugh. Had Gavin Carey and Trent Beamer jumping to try to block that ball and somehow got it over their outstretched arms and splashed it for three.
You see why TJ more than likely going to be a first team All-Ohioan. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and say book it. You can put that on wax. Carey turnaround jumper showing off the soft touch. How about the big fella starting to assert himself on the offensive end?
Nice stroke right there from Gavin Carey, and TJ Pugh right back at him. Can't get it to go. However, will be Upper Sandusky ball. So the Rams getting some stops here on the defensive end. Let's see what they can do on offense.
Coach Winslow making some changes, as will the Whippets. Jeff been here a long time. Such a fun system to watch. Rams always get up and down the floor. It's worth the price of admission every time you come over here. And there's Lamb providing a little spark as he knocks it down from the corner.
Upper Sandusky is just pick and pull. Whoever you put in the lineup can knock down shots, and Cody Lance going to try his will at the three, but nothing but air right there. And Upper Sandusky cutting this to 9. Let's see if they can cut it to 7.
Beamer draws a crowd. 3 Whippets all converge. Weren't able to do anything with it. And now Cody, look out. It's showtime. He's going to set it up, and look out below. Cody Lance, two-handed thunderous throwdown.
Showtime right there, the two-handed jam, what we all came to see. Clear the runway. Cody Lance with a beautiful finish.
Lamb, though, can't hit from this corner. Beamer with the offensive board. And he's got a little bit of harm there. No hoop. He'll head to the line for 2, but can we please take one more look at this aerial display?
It's just, it leaves you speechless, Brian. I mean, so if you can get up and dunk in high school ball, you are a phenomenal athlete, and Cody Lance being one of them, man. 9 points here in this game. Whippets out to an early lead. Upper Sandusky continues to fight down low. They will not go away. Trent Beamer and Gavin Carey are beginning to get down low, get some rebounds, and finally assert themselves in this game.
And that's what we thought they were going to have to do, is rely on 2 of the big 3, that being Beamer and Carey down low. They're probably the 2 best physical specimens in this game, but so far Shelby's held their own pretty well in the paint. Floater by Lance, second opportunity, off target as well. Now Cody, 3rd time's the charm.
Cody Lance beginning to heat up in the second quarter. I believe he only had 2 points at the end of the first, and now sitting at 13, so off to a hot start.
Now down to the last few seconds here of the half. Beamer puts it up off the mark, and that'll take us into the break where it's Shelby on top, 41-29. We'll step away. We'll be back with some first half stats, break down the action, get you ready for quarter number 3. Keep it locked and loaded right here on the OH Report. We will return live and free. Don't worry about no paywalls with us. See you again soon.
James One Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James One Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH Report. Exciting game so far through 2 quarters of play, where Shelby right now on top 41-29 is your halftime score here at Upper Sandusky. I'm Brian Skronsky, joined by Garrett Partlett, and you, the fans out there watching as well on Facebook and YouTube, become a part of the game. Drop us a line. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you are watching tonight's broadcast from, and you just might make it onto Fan Zone. Also, give me your first half breakdown and analysis. G, we'll let you go first. What'd you see there through 2 quarters of action?
A very exciting game. Both teams getting up and down the floor, forcing turnovers and getting in the fast break. Shelby was a little bit better on defense, forcing Trent Beamer and Gavin Carey to kind of step out and shoot that mid-range jumper, but they did begin to heat up in that second quarter. They're beginning to assert their dominance, but so far, Cody Lance and TJ Pugh heated up in that second quarter. They got going. That's a big takeaway in the first half is TJ Pugh and Cody Lance are just dominating so far.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch has been phenomenal. They outscored Upper Sandusky 20-18 in the second after building that 10-point cushion at 21-11 through 1 quarter of action. We're going to step away one more time. We will be right back with your first half stats and clear the runway for quarter number 3. Keep it here. The OH Report will return. Second half action on the way. The Upper Sandusky Pep Band serenading us with some tunes here at halftime. As we take a look at the stats through just 2 quarters of action, we're halfway through here, and the field goal percentage for Shelby looking pretty good, G, from both overall and then from beyond the arc.
Shelby doing it good on the offensive end, doing a great job. 53%, that is a healthy percentage. It is hard to lose when you shoot that well, so the Upper Sandusky Rams got to step it up on defense, force them to pass the ball inside, see if we can get some block shots from Trent Beamer and Gavin Carey.
And on the other side for those Rams, I mean, it's not icy shooting by any stretch of the imagination. They have knocked down 5 triples, but 39% and 38% against a team like Shelby that lives life in the fast lane, can get up and up down the floor at the rate that they can. Just like you said, they probably got to get that percentage to come up, go inside, get some high percentage shots.
Get it down to Gavin Carey and Trent Beamer. They were doing a great job in the second quarter, the beginning, to chew back into this lead, and then Cody Lance and TJ Pugh just kind of asserted their dominance there at the end of the quarter and was forcing Upper Sandusky to take 3-point shots that weren't open, and Cade Adams did begin to heat up from 3 for the Rams, but a struggling start in this first half for the Rams. Got to do something in the second half, to slow down the Whippets.
Checking out the Facebook feed right now, and I see that we got a couple comments coming through, but not enough to get Fan Zone up and running yet, people. If you want to get it rocking here at Upper Sandusky, drop us a few more comments. Let us know who you cheering for tonight. Who's your favorite player out there on the floor? Break down the game for us. We want to hear from you, the fans, here on the OH Report, because that's what we're all about, G. We like bringing the people live and free action. That way they can stay at home, stay safe, but also stay involved.
It's usually, we only really come here for Fan Zone. We don't really worry about the game, but that's always one of the jokes we say around here. We always got to prioritize the fans. That's one of the reasons we do this. So if you are watching, give us a comment. Tell us where you're watching, who you're cheering for, and give us some breakdown of this first half analysis, because it's been a very fast-paced game.
See, we just got our first out-of-state commenter, so we'll dial that up here soon, as both teams trying to get dialed in, or at least Shelby is out on the floor getting some shots up. Upper Sandusky has yet to emerge from the locker room, and we were talking off camera before the game, and I had an opportunity to cover Upper last year when they were a phenomenal team. They had, I believe, a 25-game win streak that got ended, unfortunately, due to COVID. They didn't get to finish out their season, but Jeff Winslow in the locker room he's so good, so tedious, so calculated at what he does. He'll break you down if you're the right style of player, but then he'll also build you up if you need it. So I imagine that he's trying to pull out all the shots here, all the stops at halftime, and figure out, what do I tell my team? We're in danger of losing our 3rd in a row.
This is my first year ever covering Upper Sandusky, and so far, just from up here in the broadcast booth, Jeff Winslow is a very animated guy. He'll tell you how it is, regardless of how the outcome and how you'll take it. He just wants to build you up, and he won't throw no shade at you. Just tell you how it is, and constructive criticism, that's what some players need. And that's so far Jeff Winslow's Upper Sandusky team, they've been a big powerhouse up here for a long time.
That's right, the Rams got a whole lot of jerseys hanging up in the rafters, and quite a few of the 1,000-point scorers are there under Jeff Winslow's watch, as he is out on the floor now with his Upper squad getting up some shots. And I just seen Adams knock down a 3. That would be a huge asset for them if they can get their senior captain, arguably their best defensive player and most important offensive player, going. And hopefully Coach Winslow had something cooked up for him at halftime to get him ready for action, because this Shelby team, boy, they are talented, they are hungry, and fresh out of quarantine. You know that these kids are just so relieved to be back playing basketball, G, that it's got to be one of those seasons that you're going to look back on, and certainly one of those games where, boy, you just felt like you were having so much fun playing this game.
It's something you don't want to take for granted now. It kind of sets you in stone. Let's not take this for granted just because we can go to a high school and we can get to play basketball. COVID kind of took all that away, so it's always nice for them to be able to step out here and get back to the game I'm sure they all love. And it's great that we can be here to be able to broadcast this to fans. So let's see if Upper Sandusky can crawl back into this one.
That's a guy that can certainly help the cause, and Trent Beamer looking loose out there. So we are just about set for 3rd quarter action. It's going to be Whippet basketball. And Roberts inbounds to Hyatt, who had to sit, I believe, for that entire 2nd quarter. Picked up 3 fouls early on in the contest, but he's out here starting the 3rd. Lance sizing up the defender, Adams. Upper sitting back in a 2-3 matchup zone as Roberts attacks, but putting the waffle on the fry right there, sending it back.
What a block right there. Trent Beamer swatting that one away off the glass. Not in my house. Good stop for the Rams.
They're going to give it right back, though, to Shelby. Here's another look. Baseline drive, and what? Hyatt assessing the defense, now gives it off to Cody, who kicks it up top. Grant, back to Lance in the corner. And just a bit too tall, tried to hook up with Brazier Roberts. And it's going to be back over to the Rams, so a bit of a sloppy start here for just the first minute of action in the third. Smalley cut off, tough shot off balance for Adams, but that's kind of his style. And another opportunity coming up for the Rams off the offensive rebound created by Gavin Carey, who's going to step into a three. Nice rotation, but he can't connect. Beamer with the third opportunity, and hey, usually seems to be the charm whenever you can get that rule of three.
Trent Beamer right here in the second half giving Upper Sandusky some life right there. Had the block on that defensive possession, and then on the other end responds with an offensive layup.
Holloway, who got off to such a phenomenal start. They kick it to the corner, and Roberts able to bury one.
Nice stroke right there from Roberts. Not afraid to shoot the three ball himself, and he splashes it. Makes him pay for leaving him open.
Carey double teamed. Now Smalley backside. Beamer goes off the square. Two more for Trent. Trent Beamer now up to 9 points. Tops right now for the Rams. Hyatt, another athletic play in the kick out. Pugh came up short. Give it right back to him, and TJ, some butterfingers right there. Must have had some popcorn in the locker room or something. Gives it back over to Upper.
Upper got a few stops here in the second half. Let's see if they can build on it. Down 11 points here. Got to respond early to be able to stay on track with these Whippets.
Carey's got to get it across the timeline and will. And that one off target, but Gavin somehow, some way got in there. Put it in for two.
Nice putback right there from Gavin Carey, staying with it, and Cody Lance trying to respond on the other end, but Trent Beamer corrals the rebound.
So the Rams to cut down on the deficit. Trailing right now by 9. Beamer trying to bully his way in, just put his shoulder down and went right at Cody Lance. So Cody picks up the personal, just going to be his first. Hyatt's going to check out. Got 3 minutes, 10 seconds out of him, and he didn't pick up a foul, so good sign for Grant. Dangerous pass. Hill gambled a bit, and it's going to lead to Smalley sending it front iron. Nice soft touch. TJ Pugh, he actually thought he got fouled too. Strong finish.
The thing with TJ Pugh too is he's always under control. It may not look like it, but he is always in control of his body, his acrobatic moves, and always delivers with a soft touch.
TJ now up to 12 points.
Foul on Shelby, number 23, Jeremy Holloway.
So starting to find his mark a little bit, as you see Beamer just a little while ago in the lane, doing some nice work up over a double team. Smalley gets the switch on Holloway, so they've got Roberts down low on Carey if they can get it to him. That's what they want. And they send it over the top, and Adams just a bit too firm with the pass.
Carey was looking for the foul call. Thought he might have got it. It looks like he was being held down low, but Shelby gets the turnover.
They're going to give it right back. Here's Holden Darris. Clearly got fouled by Pugh. No whistle, though. And now they swing it to Jackson. Beamer, a couple of bounces, and Cody intercepts it like a defensive back. Back the other way, Euro step, unreal, Cody Lance.
Should have been an and 1-2, Brian. Definitely got hacked on the arm right there from Darris. Cody Lance with a tremendous move in the lane.
He is the leading scorer in the game right now with a baker's dozen. And I tell you what, these Whippets are just a ton of fun to watch. Their finishing ability at the rim, how hard they play defense, you can see why they're going to be the top seed in the district. But every now and again, they'll have plays like this. But let's focus on the good right now. Look at Lance with the fake pass, Euro step. Definitely got fouled. I think you're right, G. Smalley got a piece of the wrist, but it's just too strong. Can't stop him.
It's a beautiful move right there. Not only go up strong, but be so elegant in the footwork right there. Just a beautiful take to the rim, making sure the defender is always on his toes.
Smalley misfires and wow, sent out of there by Lance. Swatted that one hard. And it leads to Andre Hill at the other end, putting it away.
Thinking Jeff Winslow might need a timeout right here. Upper Sandusky beginning to get a little careless with the ball, and Cody Lance trying to make him pay. And they will right there, will be the timeout from Jeff Winslow's club.
What a last 30 seconds for Cody Lance with a big-time block shot at one end, leading to an easy one. And what is that, G? Dropping it out of the sky? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's just fan zone. Welcome to the game, fans. Great to have you on board. And, hey, how about Tara Cox saying, Garrett Parlett, awesome job, dude. Linda Mendoza somehow always finds a way to comment on our games. Appreciate you, Linda. Jason and Missy cheering on the Whippets. Sue Stover appreciating the shot by Cody. He's had quite a few good ones. Wonder which one she's talking about. Shelby alum watching from Greenwich. Thanks for tuning in, Kevin. Jory Skorotsky hopping on the text from down there on the sideline. Jack Dunbar all the way out in beautiful L.A. cheering on Shelby as well. And then back to Toddy Cox. Says go Whippets. So, man, where's our Upper Sandusky fans? A lot of love for Shelby out there tonight, G.
Shelby in attendance, got a few Whippets fans out in fan zone world. No Upper Sandusky, they might all be here. The stadium is pretty filled, even though it is a limit capacity.
And Whippets fans that are tuning in have certainly had a lot more to cheer about than have Upper fans. It was going well for the Rams to kick off the third quarter, but over the last couple of minutes, they've had some breakdowns, some mental errors on the offensive end, and it's led to some big buckets by Shelby. They have blown this thing open. It's the largest lead right now of the night, and looking to add to it as Holloway picks the pocket. And now Shelby a chance to add to that 17-point lead. They swing it to Roberts. He steps into an open look. Halfway home, but rimmed out. TJ with the hustle. Created an opportunity for his guys, and they might come up with it. They will. Lance. Cody on the spot. And no whistle. Looked like he got a little bit physical there in the paint, but the referee's letting him play on. Now Cody lines one up and drips a little syrup on the waffle.
Hand down, man down, Brian. You got to get your hands up if you're guarding TJ Pugh. Do not let him have an easy triple. Just jump right over to you and dip the hand in the cookie jar. TJ Pugh with a gorgeous stroke.
Now he's battling inside, banging around in the lane, but last touch by TJ. So it's going to be Rams ball, and boy, they need to get to work in a hurry. It's now a 20-point advantage for Shelby as they have blown things wide open over these last 3 minutes of action.
Upper Sandusky's got to get something to go here on the offensive end. Throwing it out to Trent Beamer, who just mosses the defender. Nice pass right there, and we'll get the foul call. Zach Schaefer almost had the and one, but Upper Sandusky desperately needed something Now gets a chance to stop the clock, head to the free throw line, and knock down some freebies.
Zach Schaefer is at the line for the Rams. We'll have 2 attempts.
So Schaefer got a couple of free throws coming up. Just a 50% shooter from the charity stripe this season. Misses the first.
Substitution for Shelby, number 2, Grant Hyatt replaces Cody
Hyatt's going to
Lance.
check back in. Lance going to take a seat with a $1:21 remaining here in the third. And he was greeted by Nathan Loney, who had a huge smile on his face. Loved the minutes that he just got from his senior, and how could you not? Wide open, and boy, he makes it pay every single time. TJ Pugh starting to find his range. He's up to 18.
Cannot fall asleep on TJ Pugh, one of the best scorers in the area and definitely on the Shelby team. Gotta get a man up on him and gotta get a hand up as TJ Pugh will make you pay.
TJ amongst the top scorers in North Central Ohio, 24.5 points per game is what Pugh averages. Shoots 43% from beyond the arc too, G, so he's dangerous with that size. He can take you in the lane, but certainly has the stroke to knock it down from outside too.
Definition of an all-around player, does it defensively. Nice pass right there down to Zach Schaefer. But Upper Sandusky's got to get something going in the late stages of this third quarter. We'll get the turnover right there, so got to start building off of these plays.
Just 44 seconds for the Rams to work with. I always feel like this is a tough situation. So you try to hold and maybe look for the last shot of the quarter so Shelby doesn't get a chance to add on the scoreboard. You go to work early. See what the Rams elect to do here. Go inside left, all alone with Schaefer, and he gets whacked to the floor. 4th foul for Hyatt.
Nice pump fake right there by Zach Schaefer, defender. Hyatt went down for the smack. Gonna get that one called 9 times out of 10, and Zach Schaefer will head to the line for 2 shots.
Well, I'd hope that would be a 10 out of 10 type of call when you mug him that bad, G. And for Grant, he definitely got his money's worth for his 4th foul as he's going to check out. Lance back on, as is TJ Pugh for the final 18 seconds.
Depends what kind of refs you're playing with, Brian. Maybe at the park, take the refs off a little bit. You might not be getting that call, but tonight, definitely going to get that one.
So Schaefer does knock down the pair. Whippets move it side to side. Now Lance guns it. Brought down by Hill. Short corner, jumper, back iron. Tipped out, last by the Whippets. And Andre's down on the floor, grabbing his ankle. Hopefully he can pop up and be okay. Didn't actually see what happened to him.
Be a major loss for this Whippets team. Hill can almost do it all, plays great defense, and looks like he can pop up and walk off, so hopefully everything's okay with Hill.
Definitely a huge ball of energy when he comes off that bench. Brings a big spark to the motor every time. Carey going deep. But no Tom Brady here as he's too tall, and it's going to give Shelby 2.6 seconds, and they get an inbound under their own hoop now.
Careless play right there. Don't want to give Shelby the opportunity to make any kind of shot. Just careless pass right there. Will be a turnover for Gavin Carey.
See what Coach Loney draws up. He's got a couple 6'6" guys in there, TJ and Holloway. They're going to come up top to TJ. 2 dribbles, pulls up, and that'll be good if it goes, but it's off target, and that brings us to the end of 3. It was all Whippets in the third. fair bit of momentum building in favor of the road team here as we enter money time. Fourth quarter action here at Upper Sandusky High, but the Rams have their work cut out for them as Shelby is taking control right now, leading 58-40. My name is Brian Skronsky. I'm joined by Garrett Parlett tonight on the call. And a huge third there, G. I mean, it almost feels like Upper has buried themselves as well as Shelby can dominate at both ends. Boy, this would take a minor miracle to see Upper get back into this one.
It's going to be a huge climb if Upper Sandusky can get back into this one, down 18 points. Whippet's going to have to make a lot of mistakes, and it's going to be hard to force those. Whippets don't turn the ball over at a high rate, and TJ Pugh, no one guarding up, says, let me fire from three, and Whippets will get the rebound.
That was Cody Lance right over the back of Cade Adams. Leads to Hyatt, who's back in the mix. That's front iron, and Roberts pulls down another offensive board. Last touch by Adams. Beamer picks it off. It was almost like it was intended for him. Crossover right down Main Street. TJ applying the pressure, forced the missed shot. Now goes inside to Hyatt. Doing some work in the lane.
TJ not only can score the basketball at a high level, is a great facilitator when he gets the ball up the floor. Found Grant Hyatt, who was just hidden underneath those Upper Sandusky tall trees, and gets it to go. And here comes showtime, Brian.
Woo! Big one-handed throwdown for Cody Lance. Carey with no answer, but an extra possession created here by the Upper Sandusky Rams, and Jackson Smalley with the board. Carey going to get bumped and head to the free throw line. But if I may request, do we have that Cody Lance dunk just one more time? Here we go. How about the defense? Leading to Cody coming back the other way, and pop goes the Weasel, G.
I mean, just incredible off 1 foot, the one-handed slam, and he had some authority on that. You heard that one. His first one wasn't that much, but, man, he jammed that one in with one hand.
Cody Lance just has uncommon hops. Good size, too. He's grown the last couple of years. I'd say that he's probably 6'2", 6'3" at this point. Committed to play at the next level, and you can see why, a difference maker at both ends. As Carey knocks down the second free throw to get himself into double-figure scoring, now at 10. But Hyatt didn't take him long to match.
Tremendous move right there from Hyatt, who is in foul trouble with a pretty reverse layup, and they're trapping even though they're up at a huge margin.
Leads to a three from the corner, spun out, no good from Levi. And now Pugh, pull up Jay from the foul line.
Great defense, but better offense. TJ Pugh pulls up over the Ram defender, and pretty touch right there, and got the shooter's roll.
So Pugh's got 20 points. Lance with 17. As the dynamic duo started off slow, but have definitely got the engine roaring here of late. Beamer, pretty up and under play. Came up short on the shot attempts. Adams on the deflection. Levi Lamb leaking out. And he's got the cherry picked off the tree. Timeout taken by Upper Sandusky as Coach Winslow wants a 30-second timeout. Actually changed his mind. Says stretch it out to a full. 22-point cushion now for Shelby. Looks like they're going to bounce back out of quarantine with back-to-back wins. But, wow, look what's bouncing out of the sky. How about Missy cheering on the Rams? And number 22, Beth Montgomery, my buddy, says, go Rams, watching from somewhere. Sue, oh, we appreciate you right back, Miss Stover. Thank you for chiming in. And all the way from the Eiffel Tower, gee, we are global here on the OH Report. Let's go Rams. Deanna, loving her some TJ Pugh, and he has had an extraordinary game. And Tawny Cox, we appreciate you right back. Always like the emojis, too. Keep it rolling, Whippets. Thank OH Report Thank you, Kathy Dodge. And back to Deanna. So appreciate everybody giving your thoughts on the comment section of Facebook here tonight. And I see a couple more comments rolling in from Kevin Bear saying Dugfest by Cody. Good job, cousin. Always fun to watch your family do big things.
Zach Schaefer has joined the lineup for Upper Sandusky.
I saw TJ Pugh got a big old smile on his face as Coach Winslow barking out orders to Zach Schaefer and says, let him shoot it from outside, he can't hit. Too bad TJ's rocked it from beyond the arc about 3 times tonight.
Jeff Winslow not afraid to try to get in the other player's head as he is up clapping after that turnover for the Whippets.
Shared a couple of words as well with Cody Lance. Now Levi, pressured by Cody. Gives it up now to Adams, who gave it to Beamer. One big dribble into the lane, and boy, just too big and strong on that one.
Good take right there from Beamer. He's had some good looks, but finally able to capitalize on him as TJ Pugh goes to work. What a beautiful move. Trent Beamer says, not in my house.
Pops the balloon out of midair there after it was a beautiful setup by Pugh. But Beamer not giving up just yet. Adams from the corner. Buries a 3.
If you're the Whippets, you do not want to take your foot off the gas. This Upper Sandusky Rams team can definitely score the basketball. Trent Beamer right there on the setup to Cade Adams, who can get hot from deep.
We saw Cade earlier in the game knock down back-to-back triples. That was just his latest. He's got 3 threes, all of his scoring so far, 9 points. Airmail on that one, but right into the hands of the Whippets. And here's another look there at the no-look pass by TJ, but the even better block shot coming from the weak side. Beamer not allowing that to come to his lane. Roberts with nobody in sight. Sends one too strong. Lands with the offensive board. And Shelby again maintaining possession. Contact, no whistle. Lisa Lamb running to the other end. Sets up Cade. And he buries it again. Back-to-back threes now for Adams. And don't blink, folks. It's a 2-touchdown game cut down to 14.
14-point lead for the Whippets. They got to get something going on offense. Upper Sandusky's been suffocating on this end. Let's see what they can do, and will be a reach-in call on Zach Schaefer.
At least signs of life here for Upper Sandusky as they almost look like they were going to be left for dead after the end of the third quarter, but they have showed a ton of heart and determination to crawl their way back into this one. And Holloway's toe is over the line, so it's going to be a turnover for Shelby and another possession coming up for the Rams.
Let's see what the Rams can do. Down 14 points. Get it to Cade Adams. He is on a hot streak, back-to-back threes. Let's see what he can do on this offensive set.
Schaefer gives it to Adams. He never needs much space. This time can't splash it. But Holloway called for the loose ball foul. He's in shock.
Can't believe that call right there, but good night for Jeremy Holloway tonight. Not usually known for his scoring, but stepping in tonight for the slow start from Lance and Pugh.
Cade up fake. Might have been a kick there. Instead, TJ off to the races. Was able to finish with the left hand. Official says foul on the floor before the shot. And it's going to go against Schaefer. But still, you talked about the body control that TJ Pugh possesses. To be able to have that type of touch moving at that rate of speed, it's just, you can't teach that. That's lots and lots of hours in the gym, and you can tell that TJ, he's perfected his craft.
Zach Schaefer hit him like a bowl of bricks right there, but TJ Pugh just ran right through it and still made the shot, even though they did call it on the floor, and it looks like he wasn't even hit. And Cody Lance with a beautiful step-through move.
That's Cody's game right there. I'm not really sure how he does it, but he's got the footwork. Probably helps the moms to coach. Saw that Natalie walked into the building as well. As TJ skies up and says, no, sir, not this time.
Rough game tonight for Gavin Carey.
And there is Natalie Lance, who just fresh off of, unfortunately for Shelby, a loss to Buckeye Central. State-ranked Buckeye Central, though. Her Whippets have had it rocking and rolling as of late. Shelby's really got it going on the hardwood this year. And here's Baby Boy putting it up. Won't get an N1 opportunity, but Cody will head to the free throw line where he has had a phenomenal season so far. 82% from the foul line. He's knocked down 72 free throws.
Lance can knock down both of these free throws. Lance and Pugh would have combined a 41 of Shelby's 68 points. Just remarkable for these two ballers.
We might have to have a double dose for player of the game. Maybe have them both on the mic, G.
It's going to be hard to pick. I mean, right now they're deadlocked at 20 apiece. It's like neither of them can be stopped. TJ Pugh doing most of his damage on the fast break, and Cody Lance so under control and using his body to his advantage on those athletic moves.
Cody spins out that second free throw. Rams starting to run out of time. We're under 2:20 to go. And TJ thought that he ripped it away clean. Instead, it's going to put Gavin Carey on the line for a 1-and-1.
Gavin Carey is in the line for the Rams to shoot a 1-and-1.
Senior calmly knocks down the first. Still one more to come. Perfect on that trip. Cuts the deficit back down to 15. But Shelby still looking for offense. They're definitely not in four corners mode just yet. And that's Coach Loney's style, man. Always pedal to the metal, full throttle, no brakes. Bit lucky there for TJ as it ended up in his hands, but boy, what a pretty move there.
What a nice up fake right there. Got the defender jumping for joy, and TJ Pugh with a nice finish, and looks like the Whippets will move on here to move to 12-2.
Looking for one last highlight. Cody was calling for the lob. TJ sent it underhand down low, and Holloway can't get a call. He hits the deck. There's some concerned Whippets fans. Let's go back to the good times. TJ Pugh just a few moments ago with that beautiful head fake and the finish in the lane. But boy, I think there was a lot of contact, and some of these Shelby fans have a decent point.
Some chippy play down low beginning to happen. Obviously some frustration from Gavin Carey right there on that play. Nothing malicious, but Upper Sandusky kind of came in waves. They weren't very consistent to start the game. They had that slow start, and with Shelby, you got to come out ready to go. They had the slow start, and they had that run here late in the fourth quarter, but just couldn't get it to go, couldn't stay with it, and couldn't get enough defensive stops down the stretch.
It's a Shelby team just too talented, too deep to really beat themselves, and in particular, when their senior studs are doing what they've done tonight, combining for 42 points, incredibly tough to knock them off. Gavin showing some nice touch at the foul line. 4 for 4 his last two trips. He's up to 14 points, leading the crew. But Andre Hill misfires, and more offensive rebounds for Shelby. And unfortunately for the Rams, they just can't end the possessions and get back on the offensive end.
Tough stretch here for the Rams. Going to go on a 3-game skid. If Shelby can obviously hold on to this one without any miracles happening, but would be a much-needed win for Shelby, a big win, too, for their tournament draw.
Whippets will all but lock up the #1 seed in the Division II Ashland District. Of course, they are going to host both of their sectional contests, as Hill now, the latest in the double-figure scoring. Nice ball movement, leads the nap, off target. Second and third opportunity, and the latest goes good off the square for Trent. Closing 40 seconds here from Upper Sandusky. Shelby still looking to get some offensive momentum, and the lefty comes through from the corner.
Cody Lance with a pretty move to set that one up, through the legs, crossover, and then skip pass over to Holloway in the corner, who makes them pay from way downtown.
Smalley lines one up and knocks it down. It's been pretty quiet, though, offensively. And that's going to do it, folks. Great performance by the Shelby Whippets as they put up 76. That's over their season average by about 8 points. Big performance for them in the win as they return from quarantine with 2 consecutive dubs. We'll step away. We'll be back with some final stats and lineup interviews with our players of the game. I'm going to go ahead and say it, G. We're going to talk with both TJ Pugh and Cody Lance about their big-time outings here tonight, so stay tuned. Post-game coverage will roll along live and free on the OH Report.
James One Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James One Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report.
Welcome back, where I am joined now by our co-players of the game. This is TJ Pugh. This over here is Cody Lance. Nice performance for both of them as they combined for 42 points. But most importantly, you get the win, Cody. And coming out of quarantine, back-to-back dubs for you guys. It doesn't look like you're quite back in game shape yet, but coming out here, being successful, I mean, how important is that to you guys?
I mean, it's a good feeling. I mean, we just came out of quarantine, so we're not in the best shape, and we're still winning by double digits. So, I mean, that's great for us. And going into tourney, these are the teams we're going to play in the tournament, so it's even better.
Break down the performance for the team overall here tonight. A little bit of inconsistent play, but when you guys were really good, it felt like, you were at just a little bit different level than Upper.
Right. I mean, we practice every day in practice at a high level, so we're used to playing at a high level defensively and offensively. So, I mean, we've been practicing in the gym all week for this, and we know what's coming every game.
And then tell me about the connection that you two in particular have. It seems like you have some nice continuity, and you're always looking for showtime. I guess we'll let you touch on that one, Cody. You were looking for the dunk all night long, man. How much fun is it to have this guy leading the break for you?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, we practice in practice throwing oops and stuff, like fast break, stuff like that. We'll do that, but, I mean, we can both dunk it pretty easily, so it's pretty fun.
And then tell me, how often are you looking for the oop? I've seen you pointing up quite a few times, Cody, as well here tonight. Is it just about every time you got a chance?
I mean, if I get the ball or he gets the ball, I mean, we're always looking for it because we both play AAU ball, and that's how you play in AAU. I mean, you're just looking for oops and that's a fun play. So, we got the connection, so we practice in practice too, so we got to enter our bag.
And I've seen you guys, you get a decent test tonight against Upper Sandusky, and then you get Marion Harding, who has been hot, and then Spire Academy is coming to your place. How valuable do you think it is to play some of these top teams before you head into tournament action?
Oh, it's great. I mean, playing the top teams only helps us when it comes to tournament because we're going to end up playing them or even maybe worse than them, so it's just good.
Avoiding quarantine, of course, is going to be important for you guys down the stretch here, but other than that, what do you think is going to be the biggest key for you guys going into tournament, with a lot of momentum and getting ready for a deep run?
I mean, I think on the defensive end is where it starts for us because we can get our defense going, we can get our offense going because I know all these guys on our team can score the ball. That's not our worry. It's on the defensive end.
All right, last but not least, any shout-outs that you guys want to give to anybody who was watching? There were a ton of Whippets fans on the feed tonight. Cody?
Shoot, I don't know. Every Whippet fan. Shout out to all you guys for watching us, still supporting us.
And TJ?
Same. All the Whippets fans watching us, supporting us.
All right, so a shout-out to Whippet Nation, our co-players of the game, Cody Lance, TJ Pugh. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, and it looks like the local newspaper has grabbed Nathan Loney, so maybe we'll go to a quick break, come back with some stats. That's exactly what we're going to do. We'll be right back, wrap up our coverage here from Upper. See you then. I'm Brian, this is Garrett Parlett, and you're the fans out there watching. Appreciate you sticking around for our post-game coverage here at Upper Sandusky, where we saw a great performance by the Shelby Whippets tonight, as we will check out the final stats of the evening. G, give me your quick breakdown, what you see from these numbers here. Make sense of these for me, how Shelby was able to do what they did and survive with a 15-point win.
11 threes, that is a big number, and they shot a healthy percentage too, 39% from downtown. That is a great percentage for the Whippets, and they dominated in the paint with their field goal, a 51% field goal percentage. We said at halftime if the Sandusky Rams did not force the Whippets to take some tougher shots and make their field goal percentage a little bit lower than that, then they wouldn't be able to come out on top tonight. And the Rams struggled offensively. 33% from three isn't really the worst number, but Cade Adams was really the lone bright spot from deep.
And that's a bit of a loaded phrase there when you say difficult shots for Shelby because they have such great shot makers. The two players of the game, of course, really good, really skilled. We saw Andre Hill get into the mix, Grant Hyatt as well. It's a deep team. They didn't even get their full complement of players out on the floor contributing like I've seen from them in the past. So I think my big takeaway from tonight is that Shelby, it's a really, really dangerous bunch. I think it's a top 10 team in the state that just needs to get their conditioning back under MG, and they are going to be a handful moving forward.
They've been in and out in quarantine, and tonight was a really good test coming up here to play Upper Sandusky, a great team in the Northern 10. Upper Sandusky coming off that loss to Cary, but a great team up here in Upper Sandusky, and they struggled tonight. They were a little inconsistent. Trent Beamer and Gavin Carey were on a wave, and they couldn't, kind of cohesively work together. And on the other end, Cody Lance and TJ Pugh got it done for the Whippets.
So let's be eternal optimists. The glass is half full here for Upper Sandusky. It's 3 straight losses for them, but they have a decent resume. They're going to be anywhere between the number 2 and the number 4 team in the district. What's your thoughts on the Rams' potential moving forward for the next couple of weeks into tournament?
I know Jeff Winslow's going to get his bunch ready to go regardless, and they're a tough team. And Shelby's a really great team, as you said, probably top 10 team in the state. I mean, Upper Sandusky's going to get their legs back under them. They got Trent Beamer and Gavin Carey. They're going to regroup, and they'll find their niche.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from Upper Sandusky tonight. Appreciate everybody who tuned in on our Facebook and YouTube feeds, and also want to thank everybody who made tonight's broadcast possible, including the one and only Garrett Parlett, who was offering color commentary tonight, plus running our up-top camera. He is double trouble every night he gets out here on the hardwood. We also had our 2 stat geeks here tonight, Austin Michael and his friend Spencer, always make us look real good with all the numbers, so we appreciate those two. Travis Berardi was your fantastic producer, also dropped a little fan zone on you guys, and Jory Hollenbeck was running camera down on the floor. Almost got taken out a couple of times, but she did get protected by TJ on one such occasion where she didn't get ran over. My name's Brian. Thank you guys all for watching. We will see you on a live stream or 2 tomorrow. Tune in on the OH Report. But for now, we out.